Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. I'm glad we got this little heater because it was cold this morning. It's the coldest it's been in here. It was only what I say, 54 degrees. It was down to 40 something outside. We don't like that to run too long. The cord will get hot, even though it's hooked into a 12 gauge drop cord right to a dedicated 25 amp breaker, blah blah blah. The cord will get hot. So what we did is every time that shut off, this just on a 14 gauge outlet we showed down in the heater, we were running this on us, okay? So we're still warming it up. But if you look at the thermometer that's 6 feet up from me, it's 80 degrees, but not down here along the bottom. I got some work to do along the bottom of my area where the cold goes around my feet. But we're getting it warm. We'll be right back. We're going to show you a future project. We're going to see some goodies today and stuff I found. Remember I said I'd make if you watch my videos, ranting about can't finding stuff when I'm supposed to be organized. You wouldn't believe what I found. Okay, I'm sure there's a difference when the heater. Here's my next project. You get a sneak peek. 1.5 tubing. That's 3.5 inches tall. But then you got, that's 1/8 inch, so it'll be 3 3/4 tall, 3 inches across. So we're going to put the top on. We're going to put the front right on there and weld it from the inside. We're not going to try to inset the front where you see the edge of it. It's going to be all one flush piece of metal on there. That way you can buff it with your sanding disc and make it all nice and smooth. Okay, we'll show you something real quick over here. Here's the design for the door and the thing for the hole, and you'll see that in the second video, and I have improved that. See where the red circle is? Say when you turn that with the 4 circles to shut it off, you have to have room between that, between the regular lead circles and the red, to block out the hole. Because imagine this piece I've drawn here is the part that turns. So I think you know what I mean. We don't have to explain that too much. But we're redesigning that. This is 1/2 inch wide metal. I'll have a little more detail when I'm done, but little dinky screws to hold on. I'm making it look like someone built a stove kit. The red shaded part is the door, overlaps 1/8 of an inch. We won't get into too much detail. Okay, take another break and we'll show you the stuff we found that we lost. We just want to put this up before it falls. Oh, there's a screw that's going to hold that door kit. 3mm diameter screws. So, yeah, we're into the small stuff. And that's what a little 3.5 inch on top, 3 inch on the bottom. See, I just got lucky. I found this piece of metal that worked out just perfect. I had just enough to make the stove this big. So, 1.5 inch pipe. I don't know how tall it's going to be, but that's off an old pedestal lamp. It is very, ooh, watch that come crashing down. Real thin-walled tubing. Oh, see? Come crumbling down. It don't matter. Break time. Okay, here we go. Rant time. Get your voice all growly and grumbly. It's hard to be that way. It's hard not to be that way on camera. I'm not going to lie to you. I can get frustrated real quick. The first thing I'm going to show you is, once you look across here, this is kind of hard to tilt this bolt. You see that Dremel kit back there? I grumbled and grumbled the other day, where is my ruler? I looked through my drawers, and guess where my ruler was? There's my ruler. Okay, right in front of me. And that was the other day when I was talking about how aggravated I was. Okay, you have to put up with the heater. You're getting extra content this week. We are going to play with our meter and check the temperature of that little heater and stuff like that. So we're getting out my $60 meter and playing with it. We'll continue with the rant. This thing, this draws circles. Now this is special, because if you look at this thing, here, let's go a big one. We need a pointer. We don't have a pointer. That's another rant. You ever notice you never have a pointer when you need it? Use a pencil. You see these little black lines on here? If you make a cross on something, like say the center of my little stove door, you line these up on the cross to make the circle, okay? I know it's pink. Go ahead and giggle. Found at the Hobby Lobby or whatever. It doesn't turn anymore with a hoot. You're supposed to be able to put your pencil in these holes and turn it like this. It doesn't. I probably could fix it, but... Yes, this is in my top middle desk drawer. It was in between all kinds of owner's manuals for lawnmowers, everything else. Excuse me. I hope you didn't hear me belch on camera. This Sunday to shop. I'll do what I want. I'll do what I well please. There. I never say swear words. I know a guy on YouTube who usually don't swear. I heard him say the D word the other day, a while back. Oh, yeah, I caught him. He never ever swears. You know the word most word I ever use is the word crap or something. Family friendly here. Even though I don't make videos for kids and it's checked in my box too. Remember that big fiasco? Yeah, we won't go about that rant. Yeah, I found this thing. Here's another thing. I get some few blankets and stuff I'm using here to put up like curtains to heat this area. My sewing kit. Some of you long-time subscribers have seen this. You're probably sick of seeing me pull this out and seeing it. See the curved needle for upholstery? Upholstery should go into a piece of cloth like you're sewing a cushion together and you got your last seam. You go in there and sew and pull it back out. So you don't have to be on the other side of the cloth. Well, there is a sail needle in here. If you don't know what a sail needle is, there's your homework. Can you see this triangle needle down here? I know a guy knows what a sail needle is used for. He's the only one to comment on what it was used for. And he's not a real old guy either. But it has to do with flying. There you go. So you can figure out. There's to making kites. No. It's that little pokey tool. And these are real 24 karat. They're probably 14 karat. These are real gold plated needle tips. You remember when I made my awl? There's a groove in there. Can you see the big needle? See that slot? All it is to guide your thread. That groove that goes into the slot, as you push it, it goes in. There's your secret. You know, everybody's always trying to poke a thread through the hole of a needle. Don't do that. Just poke it into the groove. It'll find the hole. There you go. And that's a self-threader. You think I'm going to use that? Look at it. It's brand new. See that little silver thing with the wire thing right there? I've never used one of them except when I was a kid, and I just quit using it. So there. These were 4 for $1 back then. Found in a garbage after an estate sale. These are the guys who made that label maker. You ever see that old stuff with like the red sticker? And when you stamp the letter or number, it popped through the red plastic, made it turn white. That's one of them old dino label makers. See it? You can almost see the shape of it. Okay, get too much going. And string. I don't have much left, but I have it. This is good stuff. I redid my wind chime with this. The only difference between ice fishing line and regular stranded line is the size of the roll. That's what the fisherman guy said at the bait shop. It's the only difference between that line and the fishing is the size of the roll. When you go ice fishing, people use because remember, you're dragging that across that ice all the time. It'll cut right through that plastic line. And there it is, it's braided. This stuff is really strong. See that? This stuff that's just like the strong, and it'll fit in a sewing needle. Look at it. It's not much bigger than regular thread. So I found that. Here's something. See, I lost all the stuff when I remodeled the shop a few years ago and then couldn't find it. Well, it was all in drawers in the desk, shoved in the back of the garbage and the junk on the bottom of the junk. My hairbrush, my shoe brush. I don't have leather shoes anymore, but I have some that's kind of a suede material, whatever, and they were black. I used to put polish on them to kind of waterproof them. Well, you can use this for all kinds of stuff. I used to use it to clean off the bench. But I have a little paintbrush in the door. Knock the stuff out. Yes, you can tell me years I've had this. Natural bristle. You probably won't find one in the store this good now. Okay. Here's something that really come in handy. Let me flip this over. I know this stuff is cheap, you can buy it, but when you don't have the money and you can't get to the city, assorted sandpaper, okay? You know how many times I do wooden screwdriver handles and stuff, and in here, there's sanding disc I use, if you want to lap something, and I don't use my orbit sander anymore, it's junk. I started gluing the disc on. This is for my good 6-inch sander. And I use these for lapping stuff too. I cannot tell you the grit. This is probably 60, this is probably 80, this is probably 180. I think you'd agree. A little pack of 220 paper, there's probably one sheet left. But in here, if you look, there's 100. There is just oodles. Look at that. There's like a sheet of 1,000 I shoved. There's all this sandpaper. And you can use it on metal. So I'm set for the winter projects needing sandpaper. I was down to using scraps. And I have a little cardboard box, I think I said before. Get your little box to put your scraps in up on your desk. So you need a little piece, just grab it. In fact, I'll show you the box. I'm always changing it. See that? Throw your scraps in there. There's even a piece of sanding belt that I'd wore down on my sander and I donated. I think it's right here. Oh, the big 4x6-inch whatever Harbor Freight sander. I sacrificed the belt for that. This is great stuff. And I found some emery paper. Emery paper is for car machining stuff. Don't use it for sandpaper unless you don't have to. So there's that. So I think that covers the rant. You're trying to be organized, right? And you put stuff up. This. I lost the screw in there that holds the lead. And I had the leads in a container. The container is no bigger than a little pill cup. It's a very small container. Had like 2 leads left and lost it. See where it goes in that hole? Where this spike is. So I have nothing to draw the circle. I'm always scraping the paper, you know, and drawing it with a pencil, like this one, my machinist one. Anybody remember me buying this piece of junk? This was the roughest piece of junk you could hold in your hands. You'd almost cut your fingers on that thing. It was a piece of crap, so you know where I bought it from. And I polished and I ground on this, and I turned this, and that's where your pencil goes. And lost the screw in that because the threads were all junk. The threads were so wobbly, you had to screw it down so tight it was crushing into the pencil so the screw wouldn't fall out. And never did fix that. I ended up losing a screw for it. Well, you can fix that by just wrapping some tape around your pencil. So, but I use it as dividers. You know, say you want 1-inch spacing holes, you know, the machinists do it. Or you have 6 holes around a flange and you want to check them. You walk around the circle, make sure they're all evenly divided. If you don't know how to do that, then you need to learn how to do it because you're missing out on hobby stuff that you could be learning. There. But this was a pretty nice little tool when they had the leads for it. And they're bigger than a pencil lead. So we're going to figure this out, how to repair this someday. Okay, now we're off to playing with our meter. So this is going to be a long video today. Okay, it's playtime. I just want to show you. I'm going to turn this on. We're going to put on Lux for light. And this will show you. Hold on. Get set. This will show you which. Oh, it's not going to. See that? It'll show you what you need. See on volts, see them light up. We're going to go for temp. See? There's where you plug your temp at. Okay, we'll be right back. We're ready to go. We're going to try to get the glare off the screen. Okay, we should have this set. The other day I'm sitting there going, I wish I had a remote thermometer to check the temperature in this place, different places. And on the top of here, Don't blow in there. It'll take forever to get the humidity out. That's percent humidity. See it upside down in temp. The white thing is to show your light. The other one's a microphone for sound. So you got sound, light, temperature, and humidity. Okay. We'll get this propped up on a tape roll so we don't want it to fall. Okay. I took a picture of the box. These are like $80 now at Harbor Freight, and they used to be like 60 or something. You can change from centigrade to Fahrenheit, 58% humidity. Can you see where the probe is in the heater? Okay, we're going to start out on low. Bear with me. I practiced this the other day. I went through the whole process of talking and everything. Okay, here we go. This is going to be low. Should be like 200 degrees, and it should be 500 on high. That's max. Of course, it was hot in here too, so it's going to probably take long. It's still chilly in here. It's only about 60 degrees on set, and it's 80 above me. It's still chilly in here. I cannot tell you what was in the shop. It was only like 45 outside when I walked in the building. So at the most, it's 55 in the building, because it was, what did I say, 52 or something in here. It was almost a little chillier than out in the rest of the shop. Oh, we're on centigrade. There we go. Sorry about that. Well, you don't want to say Canadians. You Canadians, the only ones that use centigrade. No, there's people across the pond use it. They were on Fahrenheit. Thought something was wrong. I said you can hit the same button to change it up here. See that? Where it says it? It's for dummies. Oh, this has a very good manual. Even if you're not really mechanically, electronically inclined. I bought this for the toys. There's reviews where the milliamps are off and blah, blah, blah. And I have an analog meter to measure resistors. So I bought this for the toys. The light, sound, humidity. Like I said, don't breathe in there. If you breathe there, go up to 79% humidity and take half an hour to get rid of it. I don't know if my batteries are low. But don't worry, this has rechargeable batteries I use. Come on, you can do it. This is the end of the video. We're already about 15 minutes into this video. Okay, that's close enough. We're hovering about 2. Okay, let's whip it on high. Here we go. That heater, it'll burn your face. You don't want to be 2 foot from that. It'll burn your face. I said that is a great little heater. If you have a little office or a desk or something, you're just a little chilly in the room. I would not recommend you can do this at Sunday in the shop. Do not recommend using this heater on high all the time plugged into a wall outlet. I've been lucky my cord hasn't got hot, it's got warm, but you can run this thing on low almost indefinitely. Here we go. We're going for the gold. What's great about that temperature probe, you can put it down inside a radio. Like a CV has a final transistor that for the wattage output, and you can stick that on there and see how hot it's getting. And another trick is, back then they do that, if say it was getting hot, you'd watch the watt meter, you'd freeze spray, it was in a can. You'd spray it on there and cool it down, and it'd work better again. So you'd find bad final transistors in a CV, use a temperature probe. Come on, you can do it. The other day when it was warm here, it got right to 500. You'd think it'd be hotter because it's warmer here, but just day to day. You never know though. My battery symbol up there in the corner. We're back on centigrade again up there. Ain't that stupid? That went back to centigrade. We'll just ignore it. It's a function in there that I don't know. You got to set it when you first turn it on. So here, let's turn it off and then find out. Let's put it like on a lux. See, we got the heater to shut off. Let's go to Fahrenheit. Okay, now let's go back to temp. There, let's try it that way. Operator area. Error. Danger. You know, a lot of times people have trouble with stuff. Well, I couldn't get her to. It's just read the manual. I said, let's turn it off and go to something like Lux. Like for the light. And I use that for my light too. Because my light above me, I put like 4 layers of clear plastic above my head. And I had to lower my Harbor Freight big old 4-foot LED light because it wasn't bright enough. So I checked the lighting before I moved the light and seen how much it improved. If you know what a lux means, let me know. Equal to whatever candle. I failed that part. In that part of science class, I probably didn't care. Okay, well this is cooling down. Let's put it on fan. Let's get rid of the heat mode and let's go to the light mode. Watch. See? So I want you to tell me how bright you think it is here at my shop desk with that fluorescent light up above. I had about 300 the other day. So we can call it like 290. You let me know what lux means. See it? Or lux times 10. If you put it times 10, you're just going to go, say it was 300, be 3.1, whatever. Which might not, I might be wrong. But that's without it times 10 or anything. That's what it is in here. Let's say 300. So, somebody do the math, tell me what that equal to whatever when it comes to light power. So we're out here, we've had enough. Thanks for watching. I think I gave you an extra good one this week with some goodies in it. So, see you next time.